Hi guys, according to the last session, as we were modeling the window, I'm gonna work on the material which is glass or the glass panel. So let me open a new family template file in metric generic models. I open it. Then in front view, I pick extrusion to sketch a rectangle by this way. I lock it. I sketch one more reference plane horizontally, and then I align these two with each other and locked. Two reference planes more which are parallel to each other, and then I measure the distance between these two and then equalized by this way. I add one more dimension here, and as you know, I should associate a parameter to this dimension as usual. So I select the dimension and then I click on new parameter. I name this parameter, for example, glass height. Well done. And then for the bottom part, I place the total dimension. And then I'm gonna associate a parameter to it. By this way, I click on new parameter. I name it glass width. Well done. Let me check this line and the constraints. Yes, they are locked, so it is okay. I align the vertical lines and locked by this way, and preferably I lock them. And also for the reference level, well done. We are okay with height and width. Then in the reference level plan view, I extend the top surface by this way and also the bottom. And as you know, this is the glass. Here even I can model it in two layers. So I make a copy, I remove the constraint and I place it here. Well done. First of all, I should move the second extrusion to down. I place it right here and then I add a one more 5mm offset. Very well. And then I want to move the bottom profile, glass, upwards. I check this join and then I define 5mm offset. Okay. Well done. Right now I want to test it. As you know, I've been always emphasizing on testing the parameters, so just be patient and check all of the parameters. 1200, apply and OK. Check this out. As you can see, it is working correctly. There is a problem, which is because of the constraints. I open edit boundary command, and the position of the extrusion is not fixed in relation to the reference planes. Since when we make copies, some of the dimensions which are equal would change. Finish. And it does work out only at a specific position. I edit the witness lines, I align them, and then I make them equalized. This is fixed. Finish. And then I sketch a reference plane at the top. I extend the extrusion to connect it to the reference plane. Constraints are not satisfied. I remove the constraint, I extend it. I connect it to the new reference plane. Again, remove constraint. Here, as you know, we got two extrusions that I want them both to be aligned and locked with the reference plane, not to each other. So I make sure that they both are constrained to the reference plane. Here we got just two panels. Test the parameters apply. We should have a reference plane at the middle, and I also need a reference plane at the center in the reference level plan view, since we're gonna align it with the middle of the window. Then I select them and I want to associate the material parameter. I name it glass by this way, both of them, and then I load them into the family, which I was working on the window. I place the panels here, glass panels. Then I open interior view. Here we got two types of panels. Let me make a copy and place it here. I create a duplication since we got two types of glass walls, top and bottom. Well done. And the next type as base. I'm gonna work on the base part since the top part got the simpler process. As you can see, the bottom part is clear. I pick align tool since I wanna align the panel, and then I lock it with the reference plane. Since the panel is going to be duplicated, the constraints will be removed. And after that, we need another reference plane at the left side, as you can see, but here there is no reference plane, so I extend this. Then I measure the distance between these two planes, and then I associate them to T, or thickness, so I can use this reference plane to align it with my panel, glass panel, and locked. So the glass panel is aligned with the reference planes from base and left side. Then, as you know, the height of the glass panel to the base profile height. So I open its edit type, and then I associate the glass height to the pro base height. And as you remember, I have created another parameter which is related to the empty spaces in the bottom part. I associate glass width to base panel width. Check it out. Right now the glass is covering the empty space of the first part. And let me associate the material of the glass. Glass, apply and OK. I open the edit family. In front view, I haven't specified the glass height. Check this out. Then again I load it into the family, and then overwrite. I check the panels from the reference level plan view. Then in 3D view, this is the top part, well done. I delete the top part since I'm gonna work on the bottom part, which got too many details and techniques. I press tab to select the reference plane, and then I align it with the reference plane. Locked. Well done, it is placed at the right position. And then after positioning it, I'm gonna duplicate it by using array tool, move to last, and then I specify the number of the panels by this way. There is a difference between the number of the panels and the empty spaces. So if I add a new parameter to the number of the glass panels, for instance glass n as the glass number, okay, and then I'm gonna define a formula for glass number which is equal to n minus 1. Check this out, this is the result of the array. I move them by this way, and then I add one more. Then I'm gonna align the last panel with the reference plane. Again the same process. I extend the reference plane. I measure the distance, which is the thickness. I associate the parameter T, and then I constrain the panel to the reference plane. Let's check it in the 3D view. And as you know, we just need to create a glass panel and then use array for duplicating the glass panel, and then adjust it by using parameters. Let's test the parameters. I think we would have some problems with the glass panels in a way that if the width of the profile, base profile, changes, the value of thickness will be changed too. Here if I specify 8 centimeters for thickness, check this out. The glass panels are not well adjusted. Again, we should align the last panel with the reference plane from the bottom and then lock it. Well done. And actually the reason of associating the parameter thickness is because of this, that we can control the types of the profiles. And for instance, if I decrease it 40 centimeters, millimeters, which got effects on the dimensions of the glass panels too. Let's check it out in the 3D view, and from now on we can place the glass panels on the top part as well. And the last thing we do in this practice is working on the offset and the offset between the panels and also their thicknesses, which is very simple. First of all, I sketch two reference planes and then I align them with the glass panels and locked, as you can see. Then I measure the distances and equalized by this way, and then the total dimension. To associate it to a new parameter, I name it glass distance, which is 10 millimeters. That if you wanted, you could control the thickness of the glasses. So I sketch the reference planes for controlling the thickness of the glass panels. at the top and also at the base. Well done. Let me check here. I'm gonna check if there is a reference plane or not. Let me check these. Anyway, I sketch another one and the another for the top part. Then I lock them while they are aligned. Well done. Then I measure the distances at both sides, 23 millimeters. I associate the dimension to the parameter. I create a new one, glass T or glass thickness. I associate this one to the previous one, glass T, reduce scale, and then I want to test the parameter. In the family types, I minimize glass T, 10, remove the constraints. Let me check it. It is because here we got a reference plane. As you can see, I have selected it right here. I want to extend it by click and drag. Following that, we would better to delete this reference plane and also the top part. Then I constrain the bottom surface to this reference plane and also locked by this way, locked. Then the distance between these two reference planes is going to be associated to glass T or glass thickness. Let me measure the distance of the glass panels thicknesses, 23. I associate both of them to glass T. Well done. Here I'm gonna tell you a point. Before that, let me check families. 15. It is working correctly. Then I want to modify the offset between the panels, which is glass distance. For example, 2 centimeters. Well done. I load it into the family and then override. And as you are concerned, this is our nested family that we can easily work on it, modify it. There is no limitation in this edition. Actually, here I should cut the height, but before that I want to measure the distance. As you can see, it is nearly 1 meter. But as you know, in our project we got a tool which is cut plane, but here cut plane is not available. So what should I do? I open floor plan by this way. So we can control the view range. So by default, when we select a window, some of the properties are not shown. So we should open floor plan reference level. Then some other properties will be given to us. I open view range to edit it. 1 meter for the cut plane. And for the top, 1100. Well done. It is fixed. Let's do another thing at this moment. Here as you can see, we got a profile between these two group of panels, which is the thickness of the profile. As you can see, this is thickness. I want to match thickness with the selected profile. Let me select the glasses. As you know, here we got two parameters in the type properties, which are glass distance and glass thickness. We can keep glass T fixed and unchanged. Then I'm gonna make the glass distance dependent to the profiles, so that the glass distances will be changed if the profile sizes change. So here I should define a new parameter. So let me check glass T. I create a new parameter. Let me assign the name, for instance, glass distance, which is going to be controlled by the profiles. I want to define the formula T minus 2 multiple in glass thickness, since we got two panels, but the parameter of glass T is not associated yet, so it won't be recognized at this family. As you can see, it is not a valid parameter. At first, we should associate glass T to a new parameter created at this family environment. And as I told you before, since here we are using a nested family, we should provide a connection or a relation between these parameters and the properties. Here I can create a new one, for example. I name it glass T to control the glass thickness of the nested family. Right now we can get access to the glass T in the family types, as you can see. Then I can create a new parameter and then define the formula glass distance. Then in the formula T minus 2 multiple in glass T. I'm gonna subtract the value of thickness from 2 multiple in glass distance. Glass distance, well done. After that, I should let me open 3D view. I select the profile. In W profile or width, associate it to T to be able to control the width of the profile by thickness. And then in reference level plan view, then here I should associate the glass distance, which is the nested family, to the defined formula glass distance, which we have just created. Well done. So that if I want to modify the glass thicknesses, I can set another value, 10. So this changes the distances between the panels and also the profile. And if I modify the value of thickness, 7 centimeters, apply, check this out. As you can see, they are working correctly. But the final point, here if I want to place a profile or a frame between the two glass panels or two layers, I should open the edit family again into the view. As you can see, there's a small offset that I want to place a frame in. I'm gonna use sweep tool, solid sweep. Then I should choose pick path. To specify the road or the path, I click on the edges for creating the sweep, the 4 edges of the glass panel, and then finish. Select profile. In edit profile, let me open reference level plan view. Then I sketch a rectangle here as a frame, which is going to be, is going to fill the empty space. Here if I constrain these and then finish, then I want to check it in the 3D view. Well done. Look at this. There is a frame around these two panels. Here if I modify the glass distance, for example 1 meter, check it out. They are matched with each other, so I load it, overwrite. Then we can associate the material. If I zoom in the 3D view, you can see the sweep or a frame, which is filling the empty distance between the two glass panels. So we managed to model a window in the family, and also with parametric dimensions, glass panels, thicknesses and stuff like that.